Welcome to the League of Legends Champion Spotlight, featuring Poppy, Keeper of the Hammer. League's lightweight brawler, Poppy packs a mallet-sized wallop into a mini-sized frame. In her quest to find the rightful wielder of the legendary hammer she carries, Poppy wanders Runeterra, never suspecting that she might have already completed her mission. Unaware but unafraid, Poppy brings her baddie battering to the battlefield, along with a slew of potent crowd control abilities to unlock her tanky disruptive potential. Poppy's passive is Iron Ambassador. Every several seconds, Poppy throws her buckler as her basic attack, gaining range, bonus magic damage, and applying on-hit effects. Once thrown, Poppy can pick up her buckler to gain a shield, but if an enemy walks over it, they'll destroy the buckler. If Iron Ambassador kills the target, the buckler returns to Poppy automatically, but still goes on cooldown as normal. Poppy's Q is Hammer Shock. She smashes the ground, dealing % max health damage and slowing enemies in a small area. After a moment, the crushed ground erupts, dealing the same damage again. When laning, use Hammer Shock as your opponent tries to last hit. If you manage to land the Aftershock as well, you'll hammer away a huge chunk of your opponent's health and easily come out ahead in the trade. Poppy's W has passive and active components. Passively, Poppy gains bonus armor and magic resist. This bonus is increased while Poppy's low on health. When she activates Steadfast Presence, the Wii Warrior gains movement speed and creates a magic barrier around her, stopping enemy dashes and damaging any enemies struck. It's important to note that she only stops the first dash from any enemy, so the second and third casts of Ahri's Spirit Rush get through, and Steadfast Presence can't stop blinks like Flash or Ezreal's Arcane Shift. Poppy can use Steadfast Presence to get out of harm's way instead of staying in trouble. The movement speed boost helps keep you ahead of your enemies, while the zone will prevent them from dashing on top of you. When using her E, Heroic Charge, Poppy tackles an enemy, damaging and carrying them forward. Poppy deals additional damage and stuns the target if they collide with terrain. Always keep an eye out for terrain to slam your enemies into. Getting the stun on Heroic Charge will often lead to a kill if your team is around to follow up. Poppy's ultimate is Keeper's Verdict for when you really need to bring the hammer down. Poppy rears back for a mighty blow, slowing herself. On the second cast, Poppy unleashes a massive hammer smash, battering enemies hit toward their own nexus. She can hit more than one enemy in a small area around the first champion struck. Channeling longer increases the knockback, or you can just mash R instantly to knock them straight up in the air instead. Oh, and enemies in the air are untargetable until the very tail end of the knockback. Keeper's Verdict is the most extreme displacement effect in the game, and using it well is the difference between a 5v5 slugfest and a 5v4 slaughter. Poppy excels in tight areas of the map. Steadfast Presence's movement speed and a Heroic Charge's wall slam wrecks Psy. Thanks to the stun, it ensures both hits of Hammer Shock, picking up an easy kill. When Poppy's caught out, it only means one thing: hammer time. Poppy perfectly times Steadfast Presence to block both Lee Sin and LeBlanc's dashes, and then uses Keeper's Verdict to bash them back toward their base and keep calm, carrying on towards her side of the map. In teamfights, Poppy acts as a Yordle shield for her team, keeping enemies from dashing past or away from her. Lucian can't E out, and Shen can't taunt forward until after the ability ends, giving lots of free time for Annie and Caitlyn to deal tons of damage. Poppy falls back and helps her team take down the beefy ninja before pursuing their remaining foes. Poppy's ultimate, Keeper's Verdict, is game-changing, but not always for the better. Here, Poppy carefully, methodically smacks Cassidy and Shen out of her base just in time for Annie to drop Tibbers on nothing at all. Sometimes not even all chat can make it work. Putting it all together, let's check out this early tower dive. While searching for the hero of legend in the jungle, Poppy runs into Lee Sin, angling her heroic charge to just barely pin him against the edge of the wall. Like our hearts when Worlds isn't on, Steadfast Presence is a dashless zone, and Lee can't safeguard to his buddy Bard. Then, Iron Ambassador's Buckler Toss into the Wandering Caretaker applies red buff, making heroic charge easy to land. As Bard waddles away, Poppy sits back, not wanting to tower dive recklessly. After he falls, Poppy turns to Tristana, making the smart choice to charge a minion instead of the enemy Yordle, which forces Trist's flash as Poppy is now blocking the escape. Thanks for tuning in to the Poppy Champion Spotlight. Please subscribe to the Riot Games YouTube channel and leave us your comments just below the video.
Didn't I just knock you away?